SB2 here, straight into this SB1, and look at this. Boom. Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, we're going to be going over the buffed version of America Chavez that is live on the 8.2 beta right now. Now, I'm showing you kind of her abilities here. We're going to make this a little bit more simple. And honestly, we're going to go through, I think, 4.5 fights here in what is clearly a very short video to go through that. And that's what's exciting about this is I think we have a Battlegrounds potential star. And I definitely think war health pools, given the nodes and the defenders, we're going to see some really exciting things. But let's go ahead and dive into this. Now, as far as what exactly has changed, here's what we should know is that utility she's getting, those are those passives in the upper left-hand corner. The biggest one is the ability power rate, not combat power rate, but the ability power rate reduction and at some point even inversion. It's getting a lot easier to hold on to that, right? There used to be a penalty for the additional stacks of it. And then also the other thing that's happening is her ramp is significantly easier. There used to be this very crazy theoretical, crazy isn't cool or high, theoretical cap on it with champions. I think it was like 9 buffs. And if you have all of these dimensional passives that she's got going on up there, then there could be outrageous damage. The fact of the matter is though, is like that just didn't exist in the game. There weren't these defenders. There wasn't that sort of situation. And what they've done is they've made it significantly easier to access a lot of that damage more quickly. You don't need as many buffs on the defender. You don't need many of those passives. You're going to see that right here. And this is what I want to show you. This is about almost a 200,000 health Venom the Duck. I think he's going to get 1 buff at the end. He might not even get any. And watch how fast this goes. And this is why I'm saying, I think Battlegrounds, you might have a beast of an attacker here. Now, this is a rank 4 Sig 200. I have a rank 3 Sig 200 on my server, on my live account. So it's not like this is a crazy, crazy thing. In fact, I know people have rank 4. So there we are. We've now lit up the negative zone twice. Really, that's not a good idea. I'm not worried about power rate in here, but I wanted to just kind of play around and show some things. We've now got her orange parallel. Let's just call it the orange one, right? That's going to be reducing fury, armor ups, and those sorts of things. So she's going to hit a little bit harder, reduce how hard they can hit. And then we're going to go in and I think I should be throwing my SB2 here straight into this SB1. And look at this. Boom. Now, I think a little bit of that crit, but her SB2 is not really her massive damage source anyways. It's getting up all of those parallel dimensions and then just hitting like an absolute truck afterwards. That's 35 seconds to get around 200,000 health. And if there was passive power gain along the way, we would have been significantly decreasing it or just flat out inverting it. That's going to win you a lot of Battlegrounds matchups. That's going to win you a lot of Battlegrounds matchups. And there's war fights where I can see, especially if they get even more buffs. Because remember, Venom the Duck did not have buffs going there. So that theoretical damage or that practical damage, in theory, could get significantly higher. Now, I want to show you this too. We're going to go on to this fight here against Arcus, right? He's got that power gain. So, okay, can you access her utility, keep up that dimension, right? The purple one that's decreasing the ability power rate and still get some nice damage. Just take a look at this. So about 187,000 health, right? That's a nice size Battlegrounds. That's not Sasquatch, but that's a nice size Battleground defender. So let's go in here, take a look at this. She also gets a decent amount of energy resistance for each of her those zones, right? You see that one's called the negative zone. So we've got 1 up. He's got 2 of his power gains. So, you know, he's gaining a little bit of power there from us hitting him, but nothing really crazy is going on. I've got 2 of them up now, and you can see the power gain is just pretty much zeroed it out. It zeroed it out. So we're going to go in the heavy into the SP1. I want to show you the heal. We're going to take a look at that at the next fight, though. She does have a heal off of her SP2 too. So there's a lot to that. There's a lot there that you can utilize, and we'll talk more at the end about exactly my thoughts and hopes here. But I think if nothing else, we've got a potential Battlegrounds attacker and war attacker, and there you go. 35 hits. You can see we had his power gain under control at all times. One of the things I love about her is that you don't need to land debuffs in order to control any of that power. That's a big deal. 44 seconds. We're trying to contain some. I had to bait a couple specials there. Handling his power gain. 100. What was that? 197,000 health. That's really good. That is really, really good. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, I'm going to intentionally get hit at some point so I can show you the heal off the SB2, right? When you throw the SB2, it has a different effect based on the last zone or last dimension that you triggered. If you trigger the second one, that's that blue one right there. That's the one that we all kind of know if we hit her when she's got it up, bad things happen to us. You're gonna get a little heal. So we're down, I think we're gonna get down to about 86% health here. And then we're gonna throw that SP2 coming up here in just a second. And you're gonna see it kicks us up to about, I think, 96% health. That's not bad. That's not bad. For something that's really not taking that much damage off of your SP2, you get a nice little 8% heal there. I think that's a good thing. Now, here's this Axe 6 3.4. I think I started this, right? And then it just caught on. It was like the craziest Hyperion, whatever. It was just a fun way to test power control. So you got this supercharge plus 100% power from the defender, right? Their power gain effects. Ideally, yeah, you're nullifying this or you're power locking him to begin with, but can she control it? Can she control it? He's got about around a little less than 200,000 health, but the key here is just because that supercharge, you need to get the power control under operation fast. And so I'm just gonna really concentrate on landing my heavy, letting the heavy, all three hits of it go. We've got the negative zone up, so we're reducing the power by 70%, but he's got so much, right? It's one of those like 200%, more than 70% situations. So it is still going. And so I do end up baiting this, and he plays ball. You're gonna see he's gonna play ball, he's gonna throw specials, but we've got two of our negative zones up there. I'm gonna get up a third one here, right? So now we're really handling his power gains. And I'm gonna use this kind of as an opportunity to talk it through because, you know, surprise, surprise, we are gonna solo the fight and it's gonna go just fine. I think this is where I would want a little bit more. I think in Battlegrounds, you know, we get like 1 or 2 nodes. In War, they're very specific. There just happens to be a, you know, 10, 20, 30 champions that can handle so many of them and then take other fights too. So, I mean, I could see, and I think she's going to be a global attacker or something like that soon. So I could see that bringing her in, and to be able to do this much damage this quickly while handling that power gain, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I really mean it, or I'm probably gonna be ranking mine up for rank 4. I think she's gonna be really nice in Battlegrounds, but there's a lot more to the game than that. And I could see there being node sets and things like that that kind of take her out of it pretty quickly. I'm gonna advocate for more. I'm gonna advocate for more. And more just a bit of utility that we see in other champions like Wiccan, immune to reverse control, immune to armor break. You know, I've seen some really smart people talk about maybe her dimensions could stay paused during hers and opponent specials, things like that, helping her hold on to them. Because you could see even with Hype here, he's an extreme case, but you could see that there was points where I really desperately needed him to throw his special. There's that node, I can never remember if it's 52 or 54, it's 54 in War, right? Where she seems like someone you would definitely be using for that, but that's a 200% power gain. I don't know if she's gonna be able to handle that. So I'm going to advocate for a little bit more, maybe even like, you know, she can reduce the potency of the armor up and the fury, and there's a couple other things in there, but no Pierce. And we're seeing Pierce in the game now, so maybe she can handle that. In fact, Hulkling, who I think is someone who they really want you neutralizing or something like that, she could do okay. She's just really hard, but he keeps going indestructible. So I'd love to see her somehow handle that. Maybe like Mojo. I've talked about that recently, about you know, Mojo, and I think he handles buffs so differently than any other Mystic. I think that makes him very valuable. Maybe she can get rid of them more quickly. She doesn't necessarily have to nullify them like Wong does, but just giving her a bit more that makes it so she's well suited for where the game appears to be going. Not just Battlegrounds. I happen to love Battlegrounds. I happen to love War, but I know not everyone else does. I like this character. I really like this character from shows I watch and comic books and things like that. So of course I'm invested in her being as powerful as can be. I don't think any of that would make her broken. We're not talking about the next Doom or something like that, but just continuing and making her have all these different ways where when the game throws something new at us, when the defender throws something new at us, she could stay really powerful. I like the buff. I like the buff a lot. I do not mind that this theoretical massive limit when there's 9 buffs has been removed. Who cares? Who cares? You know, those very rare, extremely niche cases that I have never run into being taken away from her is so worth it to have her be able to do what you just saw to that Deadpool, that Venom the Duck, and that Arcus, because now people like me who like her, like playing with her and the way she works, we can take her to rank 4 and feel really good about it and use her in Battlegrounds and War, and probably in some general questing too. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know, am I asking for too much? Am I asking for not enough? Do you agree with me? You think that there is potential for Battlegrounds attacker at really high tiers? Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope you either learned something, were entertained, or even better, a little bit of both.
Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.
See